Hello, friends of Skele Vader. Welcome to an unusual time for us for Toy Frenzy, but we're really excited to talk about today's reveals. But also, I got some packages in, and I'm very anxious to open these. There's a couple of reasons why I waited to do this. So, as I know you're all chomping at the bit to talk about today's reveals. But thanks for being here for all of it. We really appreciate it. So, Oz, how are you doing?
Oh man, I had a rough day at work today, so definitely excited to be here talking about some fun toy news. It's been a huge day today. I'm ready to rock and roll
Awesome. Yeah, yeah. Us too, and the chat is exploding right now, and
already.
stick around, folks, because we have two special guests today that are going to be joining us once we get into talking about today's Mo Tuesday reveals. So we've got Masters Maniac Mexico. Yeah, massive news. We're going to be talking about it. That's true.
Huge.
Splendid times we're living in.
Wow.
Thanos Copter, of course. Yeah, I'm glad you're here. We're glad you're here. Gamer Bud, nice to see you,
Yes.
of course. The
Excellent.
Patreon Gamer Bud. And Duchess of Darkness, welcome, of course.
Duchess, always glad to have you.
All right, and Major Issues Comics is here. So Jeff from Major Issues Comics is here, and we're going to be looking at something that he sent my way in just a minute. So I'm glad you could be here. Thanks for
Absolutely.
showing up. And Ray Black, sorry I'm late, guys. I was having soup. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
That's right. Definitely. Hope you are feeling better, Ray.
Yes, definitely. Both you and Jay Peregrine eating the soup, getting better, getting your rest. Hopefully, you're feeling better.
That's right.
And
Jay,
Ronald, oh, sorry, go ahead, Oz.
I was just saying, hey to Jay Peregrine. I'm glad he can make it out tonight.
Yes, definitely. And we got Ronald Embry here too. Hello, how's it going?
Excellent. Good to see you, Ronald. Thank you for joining us.
Ronald, I'm a Ronald too. I don't know if you know that's my name. My real name, Ronald, or Ron, whatever.
Real name reveal.
Yeah, real name reveal. I've revealed it a few months back when I was doing like contests, but this package here, there's two things in this package. I had to open it just a little bit, but these have not been opened. But let's do this first for Major Issues Comics, and it's
Let's
cool.
get into
It's
it.
all right that I'm saying Ronald because there's one here for Skele Vader, and there's one here for Ronald.
Nice.
So Jeff from Major Issues Comics, I know him from a while back. He said, "Hey, great to reconnect with you. Your social media presence is so fun. I love the channel and your action figure images. I made these specifically for you and your viewers. All right, that's awesome. And had fun putting them together. So, folks, if you're not familiar with Major Issues Comics, he's located in Portland, Oregon. And if you go down to the bottom of this video, you can see the links to both his website and his Instagram page. Amazing stuff, comics, comic book pressing, really just a sort of geek explosion over there on Major Issues Comics. So which one should we do, Oz? Which one, Skele Vader or Ronald?
Let's do Ronald first, and then we'll do Skelevator.
All right. Okay, here goes. Let's see what's in here. Now, judging by the size, my prediction is these might be like trading cards of some sort, maybe.
Ooh.
Oh, shoot. Dang.
What did he send?
Jeff, you don't mess around. Oh, this is awesome. All right. Look at this He-Man battling Beastman sticker.
Oh wow.
This is amazing.
Wow.
There's like an image that I'm not knowledgeable enough with the cards, but I do know, of course, we know this image, but I don't know the history of the trading cards from Masters so well. But this is amazing. This is cool.
That is really epic.
Oh man, that's so great. All right, that's the first one here. We also have Spawn,
Nice.
Spawn 2. Very cool.
Very nice. Love Spawn.
And that's a great photograph of the action figure. Phenomenal. Oh, and here's Sangster, also Spawn, I think. Yes, Spawn as
Yep.
well.
Very, very cool.
Yes, 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 yes. Oh, okay. So Major Issues Comics says they connect to make a puzzle. Yeah, that's awesome. That's great. Oh,
Always loved those when you would get those in the set.
yes, absolutely. Okay, this is the dude, the Emperor.
Oh,
Look at that.
Palpatine.
I think I had this card, Jeff, when I was a kid.
Yeah. All those old what were they? The tops
Y-
did the Return of the Jedi cards, I believe.
Yeah, tops, tops.
Nice.
Beautiful, beautiful.
That brings back so many memories.
Absolutely. He threw in an Apocalypse. Love this guy too.
I used to have that card.
You did? That's great. That's great.
Yeah, yeah, the Fleer Ultra cards and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh man, this
I
is
used to have that one. It was one of my faves. I've always been a fan of Apocalypse.
yeah, me too. Me too. I'm a huge fan of these. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Garbage
Every
Pail
kid
Kids.
growing up in the 80s, man. Garbage Pail Kids.
I was big on Garbage Pail Kids, Jeff. Double Iris. Double Iris. Which is great because that reminds me of the four-eyed grimace that I just got.
Right?
Um, all right. Ooh, this is cool. Hologram Batman.
Okay, yeah, I could see it a little bit when you tilt it down like that because it flares out with the light.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
beautiful. I love Batman too. Have
Hmm.
you been paying attention? Ghost Rider, fantastic.
Oh, awesome.
Part of the toy controversy these last couple weeks.
Yeah, yeah, big part of it.
Baron Blood, that's awesome. Look at that.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Very cool.
Phew.
And then of course, Dark Side.
Right? Yep,
Love that guy too.
definitely.
Passed up his I passed up his figure the other day when I was at Walmart. Have you seen that, Oz?
It is so hard to pass up on those superpower figures because first off, I want to support Todd.
Yeah,
Secondly, I love the inexpensiveness of them in a world of such collecting of expensive figures.
they're very affordable. Hey, Nolan,
Um,
how's it going? Welcome to it.
Nolan, glad you're here.
All right, now we're opening the Ronald pack, okay?
Okay.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't see that little QR code. Jeff, that's smart. Oh, man. Jabba the Hutt with Slave Leia, the Hutt Slayer Leia.
Yeah, I had that card too.
I had this card too. Oh,
I
man.
think I need to do a Hut Slayer Oz cosplay. What do you think?
I think everybody wants to do something involving Hutt Slayer Leia cosplay.
Something.
Something. Manga Overkill. I don't know this
Mm.
character from Spawn. Am I pronouncing it correctly? Manga or manga? I think it's.
It's the manga, yeah, because they did a series of manga-styled versions of the characters from the actual Spawn.
Oh, that's
Like,
cool. That's great crossover. Our daughters love manga, so I'm glad I pronounced it right.
yeah, they even did a just recently they had an action figure for manga Spawn, and oh my god, he looks like he's wearing a mech suit. It's awesome.
That's cool. Now this is amazing. This is amazing, folks. Frazetta, Frank Frazetta art.
Whoa.
Oh, look at that! It even has.
I've never seen them in card form
Me
before. Wow.
neither. I love Frazetta's work, Jeff.
Yes, yes.
Fantastic.
God,
Beautiful.
it's glorious.
Another beauty here, Nikki Six, Motley Crue.
Hey, there we go.
That's great. That's fantastic. Oh, this is awesome. Hey, Mark Spears. Are you all familiar with Mark Spears art?
Yeah,
Check out
yeah.
Mark Spears on Instagram, folks. Amazing monster art. This is a
Yes.
beautiful one. This is a beauty. Love the monster, the Frankenstein monster.
Yeah, if you're a fan of horror and stuff like that, definitely go check him out.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Another. This is a Tila sticker.
Very cool.
So on the back, yeah, you're right. And of course, Jeff is right. He knows what he's doing. But yeah, these are puzzle pieces.
Right? Oh
Tila.
man.
Um, oh, this is so cool, dude. I'm a big fan of vintage skateboard stuff. Look at this kicktail collector card.
Oh wow.
Yeah, this is great. This is a real throwback.
Absolutely.
Beauty,
Definitely a sign of the times.
definitely love it. Ultimate Warrior,
Yes, there you go.
fantastic, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, here we go. Heavy Metal the movie, a scene from Heavy Metal the movie.
Oh, that's awesome. As a matter of fact, speaking of Heavy Metal the movie, hang on just a moment here. Where is it?
Bejeweled, bejeweled. Yeah,
Gorgeous.
yeah.
Oh man.
If you all haven't seen Heavy Metal the movie, the first one, definitely watch it.
Yeah, I didn't care for the second one as much. It seemed to have lost like some of that theme.
Yeah, some of that edge.
But speaking
Oh,
of,
there it is. Beautiful. That's a fantastic movie, folks.
yes.
That's beautiful, Jeff. Thank you. And last but not least, Loki. Fantastic. I love Loki.
Yeah.
This is great.
Always one of the best Marvel villains, and I love what they've done with him in the MCU.
19. Jeff said 1978. I think referring to the which card here?
It was probably a skateboard.
Oh, the skateboard one. Yeah, that makes sense. And then this is 87.
Yeah.
78. See why I would get confused. So, all right, man, Jeff, these are fantastic, folks. Go down below the screen here to the information. I've got information for Major Issues comic books. Definitely like that. Become a friend of his on Instagram. Follow him there and check out his website. Great stuff, amazing stuff. Thank you, Jeff. Really appreciate it. All right, now this next batch is going to be fast. I'm going to make it fast because we got a lot to talk about tonight. And I've been waiting to open these guys, and I'm gonna show them. And I don't think I'm gonna open them tonight because we have a lot to talk about. But I'm really excited to have them, and I'll do like a little video this weekend or something exploring them. But these, or I might just open them tonight and maybe just do photographs this weekend. But
Open them tonight, man. Look, don't let Mattel rain on the parade here, okay? With their own awesomeness.
Whiplash.
Yes.
This is I got these. So I got these. I got my box from Big Bad Toy Store, and I wanted to get. I have Digitino on the way, but I wanted to get. I wanted to get them soon, so I got them. I got the international versions of King Randor and Whiplash, and so I got the international versions. But I wanted to get one that was not the international version, so I could have the comic book with the. So I got this. You know how Amazon does it: big box, small figure on the inside. So I got the mini comic Trapjaw.
Nice.
U.S. release. So let's get them open real quick. What do you think?
Yeah, go for it. Now I gotta say, I'm a little disappointed when it comes to the mini comic Trapjaw. So when you get to open him, I'll point it out then.
You're disappointed in him?
For one slight reason, just when you get to him, we'll go over it.
All right, cool. Well, I'm gonna open up King Randor first because I never had a King Randor. By the time he came out, I was like moving away from collecting Masters of the Universe figures.
Right.
Nolan says the heavy metal movie has a special place in his heart. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, and Thanos Copter made another a different comment a bit earlier than that if you scroll back up to it here.
Let's
That's
see
kind of
here.
exciting.
I'm trying to find it.
It was right above
Oh,
Jeff's heavy metal comment.
there's supposed to be a new heavy metal movies and shows coming out. That would be amazing.
That would be really awesome. I would love to see some new heavy metal stuff.
I mean, I don't know anybody that doesn't love heavy metal. I mean, of course, we love heavy metal music, but the magazine and the comics,
Right.
it's great stuff. I've never met anybody that doesn't admire it in some capacity. Cheesy as it may be sometimes. All right, so we've got. Let's see what we got here.
Tools at the ready.
Yeah, King Randor. Always wanted this guy.
Remember, everybody, hashtag Whoppers for Eternia.
Hashtag Whoppers for Eternia.
That's right.
Ooh, he's probably
Eternia needs all the Whoppers.
Eternia's own Burger King. Yeah, he looks fantastic.
I gotta say, I like the new head sculpt on him better than the original one. Like they just I don't know what it is about it. It looks like it's more defined in the beard and the mustache. It looks better.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. And the crown doesn't come off, which is good, so we don't lose the crown. Ooh, his head just popped off real easy though.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
uh-oh. Maybe it's the beard getting in the way of the joint, or is it just on there kind of loose?
Beards get in the way sometimes.
A little bit. I'd trim mine down, but I'll be growing it back out long, nice soon.
Yeah. So this guy's great. Love the
Uh,
beard. Love the whole thing.
yeah, absolutely. Totally digging the Randor. And I'm glad they gave him the gold spear.
Gold spear. Nice. This would look
Gotta
good.
have that gotta have that bend.
Every weapon has to have the bend, right?
Has to
This
have the
would look
bend.
good with Koldar, I think.
Oh yeah, actually, that'd be a good accessory to pair up with him for sure. That'd be you know, I
Yeah.
didn't think about that. That's actually a neat idea.
Yeah. And now I know other people definitely share this sentiment, but I was very excited about Whiplash. Um,
Oh yeah.
Whiplash was one of my favorites.
I
I,
want to get more than one whiplash because got some ideas for some custom with him.
oh yeah. Also, he would be great to army build.
Right? To get more of oh gosh, I can't think of the species name for him now, but
I can't
uh,
either.
build up some Subternia.
Yes, for sure. All right, all right, all right. Let's see. I love what now I've heard that the tail kind of like interferes with him standing a little bit, but I think it's a brilliant design choice to have it be removable instead
Right.
of sort of a floppy, and it's pretty firm,
Okay.
pretty firm.
Now, does the whole back piece come off kind of like armor, or is it just detachable from the bottom?
No, the whole back piece is glued on. You can actually see the glue on the shoulders. It looks to be, yeah, pretty stuck on there.
Okay, because it looked like in the original pictures of the character that you could actually remove the back panel like armor. So that's a little bit of a bummer now seeing it like that. But at the same point, though, it's still an awesome looking figure.
Yeah, this guy looks great. I love that they really didn't change much about him. I think I actually like the Origins head sculpt a little bit better than the vintage. Sorry, don't shoot me. Like
Yeah, it looks to have a bit more detail to it, which I'm never mad about more details.
yeah. Oh, that's pretty great. Yeah. His eyes. Wow. It's very, very similar, but this guy's got a lot more expression. Um, and he comes, of course, with the same spear.
Yep.
This is
And
the old one.
it's got that bend.
The bend. The old one has the bend. The new one has the bend. It's sort of the orange, the new orange, like the Origins orange. Like it's brighter. It's almost red. Stinkor's orange is like such a bright orange, and it's like almost red. Um,
Right.
yeah, this guy's great, fantastic. I'm really happy to have him. I'm
Yeah.
getting all giggly. All right, last but not least. So tell me what the issue was with Mini Comic Trapjaw, Oz.
Okay. So when you get him out of the box, his left hand, the non-robotic one,
Oh, the fist.
a closed fist.
Yeah,
So like, again, we've plenty of, molds for the gripped hand. Like really just wanted to give Trapjaw a grip hand so he could hold something.
right.
The original one, you're stuck with it open, and this one, it's a closed fist.
Yeah, I actually, I see why that's frustrating, but I don't mind it, actually.
It's a minor gripe. It's not really like a deal breaker or anything like that for me. I mean, the closed fist is a new style of hand for the figures. I mean, of course, yes, we've had uh Ram Man has his closed fists, that you could put on there for like him doing the ram thing, but his hands are so different in size from everybody else's. Like Ram Man's hands are like my hands.
Yeah, the
And so this is kind of like a precursor to the Thunder Punch He-Man that'll be out later that'll have that closed fist that you can put that punching effect over top of, since they've determined it's a bad idea to put caps in an action figure.
yeah, yeah. That is, I know it makes sense. I get it, but I was just at the Dollar Tree not too long ago, and
Yeah,
they were selling caps, folks.
right.
So they
It's
just
not like they've ever
caps.
stopped doing them, but nope, can't put them in your action figures. It's
Not
okay
me.
to sell a gun shaped like
Yeah,
that's fine. But
I used to
little
love
toy,
caps. The weapon or his weapon arm parts, they still stick on the belt. This is great. He's essentially exactly the same character, same figure,
right?
except of course the fist.
Yeah,
um, this is my favorite, like, Masters of the Universe pose, is the, like,
mm,
yeah. But I do like, this is the thing that I really love about the other trap jaw, and I'm glad they kept it with this one, because I had heard a rumor that they were not including that articulation there in the shoulder. But it's there, thank goodness.
right. Yeah, no, I love the fact with the added articulation to the Trapjaw figure. Like it really makes a difference with everything, and I appreciate that.
This is my vintage trap jaw.
Still a gorgeous figure.
This is just real quick walk down memory lane. I've said it before, but I'll say it again. This is not my childhood trap jaw, but this is the trap jaw was the first figure that I bought with my little stipend of allowance. And so I have very, very fond memories of trap jaw. And I was just super fascinated by the gimmick of the jaw moving. Like, just, it's the best. This jaw, of course,
Sure.
too. And again, why I'm super stoked about the articulated jaw of the 40th anniversary Skeletor, which I haven't played with yet, but we're going to look at on Thursday night, folks.
There we go.
And we do have a guest lined up for Thursday night too. Shall we talk about who that is?
Absolutely, why not? Especially since we're kind of crunching in on a bit of his time tonight.
Yeah, yeah, we are. So Ryan Dole from Toy Anxiety and Gotham City Tonight. Is it
That's
Gotham
right.
City Tonight? I got that right?
Yeah, Gotham City Tonight.
Yeah.
So, guys, Wednesdays, right? As always, Duchess of Darkness, who's in the chat, you all know her. She does Wicked Wednesdays. And then about a half hour after Wicked Wednesdays, jump on over to Gotham City Tonight with Ryan Dole and, Lexi the First. Watch it. It's great. If you're a Batman fan, it is a destination to be. And they cover more than just Batman news, but mostly Batman. So, really great shows, guys. Definitely check them out. And as a matter of fact, well, you know what? We still got a lot to cover. We'll let Ryan plug everything. He's a massively busy guy on YouTube these days, but
Yeah.
come hang out with Toy Frenzy and Ryan Dole this Thursday.
Yes, for sure. And as we said, we're going to look at the 40th anniversary 2-pack as well. Talk about a bunch of stuff. But this is the difference between the non-text version of the comic book and the text version of the comic book. Already, oops, wrong one. This is page 1 and 2, very text heavy comic from the mini comic series of just those first pages. Very cool. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Enough is enough of me showing off my goods, which I was very excited about. Oh, we got a new Chef M80. Welcome. I wish you were more of a night owl. Yeah, I wish I was more of a night owl too. So let's welcome in Ray from Collecting Classics and Mega J from Mega J Retro.
Of course, yeah, absolutely.
Hey guys.
Hey everybody.
Thanks
guys,
so much.
Glad you could make it.
Yes.
Oh, I wouldn't miss it.
This is a big day, and everybody, I know everybody in the chat today, you already check out whatever Collecting Classics posts on Instagram, and I know you are all subscribed to his YouTube channel, and I know you're all subscribed to Mega J Retro's YouTube channel. So if you're not, please be sure and do so. These guys were on it today. Both you, Mega J, and Ray. I was at work all day. Oz was at work all day, and every time I would check in to YouTube or Instagram, you were doing something.
That's right.
Good stuff.
Just keep them busy, really.
There's a lot to stay busy with.
There wasn't really a break, honestly. They like it just kept coming, like hit after hit after hit. It just kept coming. I mean, like, it was like it didn't want to stop. It just didn't.
Yeah.
Want to stop, right. It was crazy. Ray, how was your
yes
reporting day?
So to preface what had happened with me, I was drumming all day yesterday, from morning till night. So by the time, say, 8:30, 9 o'clock rolled around, I passed out. I'd been drumming all day. I just passed out. So I woke up to a fleet of people yelling at me profusely what was going on, and I woke up to a storm and I didn't know what to do. So we just tried to make sense of it. There was just a lot that happened, and I think it's a great way for Mattel to kind of throw up the ball and hit up a home run for the day of releases that we had today. Pretty outrageous.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, go ahead, Skele Vader.
Go ahead. I was just going to say I woke up to a text message from Oz, and I wake up at 4:30 every morning, and Oz. The first thing I saw was a message from Oz, like, what did you say? Like,
have you seen the news yet? Or whatever it was.
And I'm like trying to get my coffee, and like, I sort of shuffle around the house, and finally open it up, and within 5 minutes I was awake. I was just awake.
Yeah. Very, very similar feeling this morning. Like I wake up, grab my phone, start checking on things, shutting off my alarm and all like that. And the first thing I see is this post from For Eternia of Snake Mountain. And I'm like, whoa, wait, what? I thought we were going to get more Eternia announcements today. What is this?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, it definitely was a good way to kickstart your morning and get you going.
Yeah. I woke up looking like this guy.
Right?
I saw everything that was released and my face went like this. What?
Yeah, that's I feel like now that I got that grimace and I see him every day, I'm
I
beginning
love it.
I'm
I
beginning
love him.
I'm beginning to identify with him. Is that good?
I
Crazy,
identify
we,
with
we,
him every day.
we all have similar wake up stories. I mean, like I fell asleep because the day before I was actually, so it was our Thanksgiving this past weekend, right? So
Happy Thanksgiving.
yeah, the Canadians celebrate about a month before you guys, and we only get a weekend off. You guys, it's like a lot of people in the States take 4 days off or something like that. I've heard. But so I didn't get any sleep the night before because I just came back from Port Perry, no, Fort Erie. Sorry, Fort Erie, which is just across the way from Buffalo, and sorry, Niagara. I was actually, yeah, we visited Niagara Falls as well. So literally, it was just a hop, skip, and a jump from the U.S. and visited my folks. Came back here, and I pretty much crashed. It was like I was gonna do my live stream, and I was like, forget it. I'm dead tired. I'm not gonna bother. So I literally, tried to sleep, couldn't get any sleep. So the next day, Monday, I crashed. I was sitting here just trying to relax, and I just dozed off. By the time I woke up, yeah, I woke up to a couple of text, like a ton of text messages, just like Ray, a ton of text messages just saying, like, are you up? Like, can you, like, you should read this, you should look at this. I was like, what the hell is going on? And I was blown freaking away. I couldn't believe what I was looking at, and I was like, okay, I got two options. It's 4 a.m. in the morning right now. No, it was 3:30 or sorry 5:30 or 6:30 in the morning, and I was like, should I go back to bed, or like, should I actually go up to bed, or should I just like mull over here, sit down and try to make a video while everybody's sleeping?
Yeah,
so, like, screw it, I'm just gonna do a video. And if you look at the video, I'm whispering the whole time.
I love that you're like quietly whispering. You don't want to wake up anybody or even disturb the neighbors, perhaps. It's like
that's the thing. I have a semi-detached, right? So my neighbors over here, if I'm too loud, they can hear exactly what I'm doing. It's not so bad during the day, but around like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, you really want to be nice. You don't want to go crazy, right?
So, I can just picture Jay like this.
I
can just picture Jay like this. Hey guys, guess what?
What? That's exactly what he's doing. That's exactly what he's doing.
That's more or less what it was.
Yeah.
And what happened was, as the hours crept up, and all of a sudden I start hearing cars go by. You'll notice every next video, I get louder and louder and louder. So you can actually tell when I got the loudest, like which was, I believe, well, obviously it was Mondo, right? But prior to that, it was Mossman. The Mossman with that video.
It's like Mega J's channel is like CNN for toys. It's like 24 hours toy news. I don't know how he does it, but like we all love you for it.
Between Jay and Toy Shiz, I don't know how either of them ever sleep.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sleep. It's a lot. It's all the time.
It's this stupid thing. It wakes us up, and it's like, what the hell? Oh God! And then we run over. We're either on Instagram or we do the YouTube thing, and that's what happens. So
welcome, Hillian Dread. We're actually gonna talk about the Snake Mountain in just a little bit. I've got some slides put together, and it's nothing that you've all seen it already. Everybody here has already seen the images, but it's just good for for talking about what we're looking at. But I have Snake Mountain sort of set for the last part of tonight's discussion because I don't know about you all, but that's the thing I'm most excited for from today's reveals. Mossman being a close second, but yeah, we're going to talk about all the things that we're seeing in that thing. Shall we get the slides up? What do you think, guys?
Yeah, let's start breaking those out.
All right. This is from Planet Eternia. So some of the slides come from Planet Eternia, and some of the slides come from Facebook. But this was the first thing. I mean, we all knew about this already, but this is the first shot of the packaging for the Ground Ripper and the Mechanic. What do you all think about the new name, Ground Ripper?
I understand it.
A lot of people have like messaged me about that, and it comes down to it really comes down to what's it called, copyright. They let it go. They let the copyright go, and unfortunately, another small company, they made their own road rippers, and unfortunately, that's what happens. So now,
that's the same news I got. I was chatting with one of my buddies who's over at Mattel, and that's what they confirmed as well, that it had been taken. And so after 40 years, time goes by, something like that's bound to happen. And that's exactly what happened with that. But we're still getting it, and it's now dubbed the Ground Ripper. So it is what it is there. I like it.
Yeah, I'm definitely not mad about the name change. I'm totally okay with that.
I have a vintage Road Ripper back here to remind me of the word road, and this one will remind me of the word ground.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Let's be perfectly honest. Whenever you're watching Filmation cartoons or anything like that, do we ever see any roads on Eternia? I've never once seen a road on Eternia.
Not a single one.
I've seen a whole lot of ground.
Like maybe inside of Eternos, right? Maybe inside of Eternos, or inside any of the major cities, you're going to see roads. But this thing is an all-terrain vehicle. I mean, look at the packaging. Look at the packaging on yours, Skele Vader. There's nothing but freaking like red earth everywhere.
Yeah. And actually, you know what, folks? I've been watching She-Ra with my wife at night as we fall asleep, and there are roads on Etheria. They are dirt roads, mind you, but there are roads because Hordak has a lot of vehicles. HP Brown Saucecraft, welcome back. Terra Ripper would have been a better name. I think so.
Yeah, it could have been cool to do. That would have been neat.
If it was a bad guy version, like purple and black or something.
Yeah,
cool.
I agree. Whenever you get terror into anything, it's one of those things where you don't want to associate it with good guys. Usually when you're talking about kids, right? But if they're, because I don't know why I keep thinking that there was a red or blue version.
There was a blue version.
There was definitely a blue version.
And I think that you make a red version, that would be Terra Ripper, like
red with some purple accents or something, or maybe purple with red accents.
Yeah,
maybe that head swap is a perfect idea for
I'm excited. Skele Vader messed up and hit the wrong button. He spoiled the next slide. I'm excited. Can we move on now?
Okay.
Can we get it going?
So as you can tell, I started with this because it's sort of old news by now. I know, but Scott Baker, hey guys, good to see you.
Scott, glad to have you.
Nolan said, speaking of She-Ra, hopefully we get a Filmation Fright Zone 2. Oh my gosh, a Filmation Fright Zone? Dudes, like we're already looking at our wallets. That would be like insane, right? Filmation Fright Zone would be bigger than the Eternia playset if it was accurate.
You connect Castle Grayskull, Eternia, Snake Mountain. If they come out with a Filmation Fright Zone, you just connect them all together and move in because you won't have a house left.
Yeah, exactly.
I personally think there's an opportunity there. Truthfully, I personally think there's an opportunity there for a Mega Constructs crossover with like a true Mega Constructs crossover with the Fright Zone. And I don't mean like a full freaking Mega Constructs build. That would cost $2,000. I'm talking just like the scaffolding. You got to build it out with Mega Constructs. But the main tower, the main structure is just a shell. Pretty much what we have with Snake Mountain and Castle Grayskull, and then the armatures, right? All those little pieces that just like branch out. Those should all be some sort of Mega Constructs, and then you could advertise it as such, right? That it's part of this crossover idea. I think that would be cool.
That would be amazing.
That would be
That would
neat.
be
I'd
cool.
like to see that.
I love the Filmation Fright Zone because it looks so. The artist who did H.R. Geiger, the artist who designed Alien and all those interiors, it really, there are many scenes of like the inside of Snake Mountain that reflect that too. But the Fright Zone, Filmation Fright Zone, is totally H.R. Geiger.
H.R. Geiger was also pretty provocative with his landscapes too, so there's some pretty wild stuff he had going on.
There is, thank goodness, not in the cartoons, but yeah. yeah. So
we got Man-at-Arms on deck. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gamer Bud, I'm most excited by this figure announcement for today. All right, Gamer Bud's favorite one from today, and Ray, it seems like you're pretty excited about this too.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this one. I saw this one and I knew immediately, like, sold. That was like this one, and I think Mossy was like one of my favorites. Obviously, we could all agree Snake Mountain reveal, just mind-blowing, but to see this one and to have a relatable Man-at-Arms, I like this version more than the first version. I like the fact that you get Prison Duncan. Duncan who is hanging out with the Orlacs, I like that, and I also like that they included the shoulder cannon. That's a very important scene in the Merman scene when he leaps off of his boat onto Merman's boat and just starts kicking A. And it's just one of those things that's like it's Man-at-Arms, and we can't have enough of them. I think it's a great one.
He looks great. He's definitely like. He definitely looks like he's been living in that little cabin. Definitely looks like he's had a rough go of it post letting go of his title. But I love all the accessories on this. Now that's how you do a deluxe figure, right?
100%. 100%. And is this now the new deluxe size box? Because the boxes for She-Ra and Hordak and I think it's the new movie Skeletor and new movie He-Man. They're way too oversized for everything they come. They come with nothing. They literally come with nothing. Like what? Like why joke? Why joke? Why pretend? Why pretend? Just give us a box which is slightly oversized, just like Beastman, just like Man-at-Arms here. Why bother?
Yeah.
Because you know what? All these companies are talking about. Oh, too much plastic for the window. Oh, you know what? You're killing it right now. Just reduce the size, right? Yeah. These things are hard. Like if you're an inbox collector, they're hard to keep. They are hard to keep. Like seriously, it's rough. So give us the slightly oversized box. Like what are these called now? These are not deluxes anymore. Like are these actually deluxes? Like what?
It's not a Vente. It's a Grande.
It's a Grande.
Right.
It's a grand, right? Like is that what they're calling it?
Yeah, so, I don't know yet.
In my opinion, you look at like the She-Ra, the Hordak, those guys, the movie He-Man, movie Skeletor, they're like plus, you got plus, and then you have Man-at-Arms here or New Eternia Beastman, and this is full out deluxe.
Yeah.
Hands, head swaps, tons
guns,
of accessories, armor features.
Oh yeah. This is a win. This one feels like a win. This one feels good. It feels like it belongs in a big box. It could be in a big box. They chose not to go that route, but it just comes with so much stuff. It feels good. It's not just a plain Jane figure. It comes with all the goods. So that's what I like to see from Masterverse.
I want to do a little shout out to Podcasters of the Universe. Scott Baker is quoting them. Dunk the hunk, absolutely. Yeah, that's what he is, right? Chef M80 says the Cosmic Key was shown coming with the movie Skeletor. Yes, that's true. We saw that today too. I don't think. Sorry, guys. I don't think I included a picture of that, unfortunately. But yeah, the Cosmic Key is there.
Yeah. I wonder if they
That's right.
include the fanny pack clip.
I hope so. I hope so. Oh, okay. I'm really excited about this, guys. The frog manga.
Yes.
Yeah.
This guy's so weird, and this is what you know. This is part of why I fell in love with Masters in the first place as a kid. Is these super weird characters, and this is just like a new one, but also equally super strange.
And it's another
Right.
original character that we're getting for the canon that we've never seen before. I believe it was spoiled on one of the vehicles packaging.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Landshark.
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 Landshark on the side. You see the frog guy. I thought it was a reject from Bucky O'Hare. I was like, what's this Bucky O'Hare toad doing here? I was like, what's going on?
Totally.
Right?
See,
Yeah,
it was
it's a
so
really cool face.
funny. I recognized who it was very early on from the sticker in the dungeon, and somebody posted in one of the Facebook groups about all these little extras that were seen on the packaging, like the Mark Taylor early concept vehicle, like the Bashosaurus kind of thing, where it was like that catapult style blue vehicle Man at Arms is running out of this. And then there was one other thing I can't remember, it was several months back, and I went through and I commented and I posted pictures of all of them because I knew right what they were. And then like 2 seconds later it was like Axel Jimenez jumped on that and he was just like, well, I was here to go ahead and talk about it, but clearly somebody else already knows.
Yeah.
So yeah, he it was really great to get this finally get this as a figure, because he's been teased on like 3 or 4 boxes now.
For sure.
Um,
I kind of knew this guy was coming, but I didn't know what he would look like. And I think this is cool. We got 2 comments that involve the heart. The first one is from Thanos Copter. Exclusives make my heart hurt, though. Yeah, I get the sentiment. I feel that this one is going to be an exclusive, similar to Grizzlor, so probably around the $18 or $17 range. I'm thinking, I'm hoping. Mega J, you mentioned that earlier, hoping that it would be at this price.
Yeah. I because of the nature of, so I think I've cracked the code. Anytime it comes on a blister card, which you got to rip the freaking thing open and destroy it, it's going to be like $18.
That's right.
If you have to
Right.
actually, if you get a slip cover collector's case, I think you're going to get charged the extra, as a penalty for using plastic. I don't know.
Maybe. Must be a penalty.
Penalty fees.
And the other heart mention is Chef M80 says that it warms his heart to get a sticker, that a sticker got an action figure. Yeah.
That's not the only one that got an action figure, but we'll get back to that one a little bit later on in the show.
Yes. And does this mean that we're going to get, the skeleton warriors, the
Yes.
the Wolfman guy back there?
Wolfman is the one I'm thinking of what's going to happen with him, because it's not like we haven't seen wolves in Eternia before. I mean, they exist, right? So that would be cool.
And
Yeah, but we do know we're going to be getting Skeleton Warriors. We just don't know when it's going to be released, and we don't know if they're going to be exclusives or not. I really hope the Skeleton Warriors are not exclusives.
Right.
Just for the sheer fact that I'd like to army build them, have 4 or 5, kind of like I did with the Horde Troopers. But yeah, the exclusives do hurt, so I do understand that sentiment as well.
Yeah, the Orlax has already been released. I mean, like technically, right?
Yeah,
Right.
Full pack. But it'd be great to get like a big one, like a big version. But I like Chef M80's like Frogmonger and Orlax Tentacle. We're certainly going to start seeing custom Grayskull dungeons for sure. And Hebro actually 3D sculpted a dungeon that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Have you all seen that?
Yep. It's taken a while, but he's trucking
Yeah.
along with it. He's pretty busy building stuff. To do mine, I actually go to different toy shows, and I found a few Mysteries of Grayskull that were open. So I was able to just individually buy the dungeon with the tentacle. So now I can have like multiple tentacles.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of cool. I'm still a little bit on the fence of whether or not I should do purple and paint it and just go all in and just do a purple. But I think I want to do that one next.
Yeah, for sure. Thanos Copter says, yeah, I'll buy at least 4 of those skeletons. Yeah. Well, you got that's definitely an army builder character for sure.
I'd like to start seeing them do like 2-packs of the army build kind of characters, like
Yeah.
Horde Trooper, we kind of got a 2-pack with the Horde 4-pack, but they're variants, but like the Eternia Guard and Horde Trooper, they
Yeah.
could have released them as like a 2-pack together if they wanted to, or
Yeah.
it'd be nice if we can get more than one skeleton at a time, I think. But either way, yeah, I'm buying like 3 or 4 of them. 'Cause,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they retain. I'm hoping that those were pre-production samples that we saw at San Diego Comic-Con, because I think those look really good. I'm not looking for like really skinny skeletons which won't be able to hold up to their weight. I really like the way they made the skeleton warriors and the way they look. So yeah,
Yeah.
definitely very excited for that.
Yeah, us too. And now next on the agenda is He Skeletor, which I think is the funniest reveal today, simply because he's just, he's sort of like Faker. He's just a repaint of the armor, repaint of He-Man. What do you guys think about He Skeletor? And this looks like it's an exclusive too.
yes. Yeah, this guy, he's an exclusive. He's from the DC Multiverse comics.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like in the universe with Anti-Eternia He-Man, this is actually like your good guy. So you've seen the Prince Keldor looking kind of guy. This is his version of He-Man. I don't know. I want him because I like the color scheme.
Great
but
color.
I'm thinking I'm gonna pop Keldor's head on him instead of.
Oh yeah, you can do that, right? I mean, it'll look great.
Yeah.
He originated in a German audio book or something, right? Didn't this guy first show up that way, similar to Anti-Eternia He-Man?
I'm not 100% sure if that's the case.
Yeah.
I think that Oz is right. I think that when either DC or IDW was producing the comics, I think it was IDW actually. Looking at these things, I think that they created they actually delved into the idea of a Motu multiverse.
Yeah.
And what happened was they really dug into the idea that Anti-Eternia He-Man was trying to conquer all of the multiverses. So he was literally, if you read the comics, because I watched a YouTube video about it, if you read all the comics, Anti-Eternia He-Man is literally killing every single version of He-Man. And you see the movie He-Man, you see New Adventures He-Man, you see the Filmation He-Man, you see even a what's it called, a super deformed version of He-Man. You see all these different He-Man from different universes, and they're all being killed off by spoilers. What the heck,
It's so brutal.
Way to go, Jay.
I should have done that before thinking about it. Yeah, don't watch a movie with me that I've already watched. It's terrible.
Scott Baker, I love explaining to my wife how this isn't the same as the other He-Mans. And Bob, welcome, Bob. And Bob says, I love that comic. Yeah, I do too.
Right.
It's hardcore. It's good.
Based off the packaging, I think this is going to be an exclusive. I don't know too much about the character myself. I'm pretty new to this one, but I do like the color scheme, and I like that artwork on the back. Again, Axel Jimenez and the team over there just really knocking that out of the park. And hats off. I mean, this is an oddball for me. It's a different one, but it's not to say that I'm just gonna, let this one slip through my fingers. I'm gonna get one, at least one, and put it in the collection. So it's another one to add to the figure, and it's welcome. So I'm all for it.
It's interesting there's no sword pictured here, and that's what we get on the back of the art, is him holding the power sword, and also on the box art, which the box art is hilarious, guys, because it's just He-Man, right?
I said I don't think that's for me because I said that exact same thing.
You did, that's true.
In my video, I just started chuckling to myself. I'm like, this is He-Man. Like, I just don't even like what, like, do something with it, like, make his hair frizzy or do something else.
It would have been cool if they went the extra mile and did like blue ink instead of the black.
Yeah, see, that would.
There we go. Yeah,
that would have been something fun. I have no idea what that would have cost in printing to change for the ink color, but I think that would have been a great way to make this exclusive really pop.
Now, I'm going to take a moment because we have another guest who just showed up he's in the green room, and this is Bobby, aka Vintage Motu.
Hey!
Hello, guys. How you doing?
What's up there, Bobby?
Nothing much. Just got done visiting with my sister. She's going back to Australia, so it was nice to see her and her family for the last time.
That's
for
awesome.
A couple of years. Yeah.
I love Australia.
I've never been there yet. I've been trying to get there, but she's been there 13 years now. She married an Aussie, so yeah.
That's cool.
Welcome to the show, Vintage Motu. Glad to have you, Bobby.
Thank you.
That's right.
Good to see you again.
Yeah.
So how are you feeling about today's? I know we spoke on the phone yesterday. We didn't get to catch up today. How are you feeling about today's releases? So far, we've gone over Frog Monger, or the Frog Monster, and we've gone over Man-at-Arms.
Okay.
And I think what was the first one we went over?
Ground
Ripper. So we've only gone over those three, and now we're on He Skeletor. So what are your thoughts on these?
The Frogmonger, I'm really excited about because it's the Castle Grayskull sticker from the dungeon. I'm sure you guys mentioned that. It's cool to have those weird, obscure characters as an exclusive. That I don't mind those guys being exclusives. I don't think that would sell well outside of an exclusive.
Right.
But I don't know if you guys mentioned this. I'm sorry. I'm not sure what you guys said, but yeah, I'm not so on Masterverse so much, so I really don't have an opinion about that Man-at-Arms. But this He Skeletor is really cool as well. And this is also another exclusive too. And I could see that as well for being that one.
Yeah. The obscure characters as exclusives, it makes sense. Like that seems like that
exactly
clicks.
Yep. Yeah, and I wouldn't throw a fit if since these are exclusives, it wouldn't bother me whatsoever.
Yeah, right.
Just not core characters.
Right.
This is another look. Oh wait, there is a power sword down there.
Right there. Yep.
Look by his feet.
I like that color scheme too.
Yeah, I didn't see that before. Yeah, so very cool.
How exciting!
Is that gold or yellow?
That's yellow.
No, it's weird because if you zoom in on the left, it looks like gold in the packaging.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Right.
Photography. I don't know if it's the flash or whatever it is. It just it looks more yellow. But somebody told me in the comments this morning that it's supposed to be bone white. I don't know if that's actually true. Can anybody confirm that?
I couldn't tell you.
I can't. We'll do some research on that. We'll get back to that. But
it'd be cool if it was in gold, like not the Coldar yellow, but like a gold. Right. I think that would be cool because if it's yellow, I'm just gonna call him the Lakers faker.
So
that's an LA reference for all my LA fans out there. Lakers, what's up? The Laker faker,
Faker. Now I think Jay, I'm glad you pointed that out. That definitely looks like gold versus yellow, like yellow paint there. So it'll be interesting to see. Well, I like it either way, whatever they decide to do.
What we're seeing and what's talked about is actually like three different things. So if you notice the figure that is pictured in package, his paint app is not finished compared to the figure you're seeing standing on display. You notice the straps are not actually painted with their individual colors. So to me, it seems like maybe that's like an early model version that they just kind of put in a box to show off packaging.
Okay.
Whereas the figure on display is probably more like the finalized looking product that we'll actually see in a hand.
Yeah.
The bone white was the art depiction that
Oh,
he actually had, where it's that off-white eggshell kind of bone color. That was like the look of the comic and you know what they originally based everything off of. But you know how like all the characters and the toys tend to be a little bit more vibrant. So I think that's why they're going with this orange look. And if you notice, it is a different orange from the faker orange, which I'm really glad it's off from that.
Yeah.
it's definitely more of a Velveeta orangish yellow.
Hey man,
Okay, that's
It's
an
a-
interesting one. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah,
it's a Crayola color. They got craft orange too.
orange. Yeah,
It's queso. It's queso.
That's right.
I have nightmares about Velveeta. Um,
Sure. Tell us more.
all right. Speaking of nightmares, I'm really excited about this Skeletor. His pose is hilarious, but I'm really excited about this Skeletor.
It looks to be Masterverse, correct?
It is.
Yes.
That is
Yes.
Masterverse. Yeah. I think that they, you know what, I heard so many things about this presentation that we'll talk about it later. But Snake Mountain was just brought on like 5 minutes before everybody came into the
Yes.
room.
Yeah.
Right? And I think with these pre-production samples, they're probably still wax models or things which are just come out of the production stage. So he probably doesn't have very very stiff joints. He's probably literally like loosey goosey, and that's probably the best pose they can get in without falling over. So.
He's doing the Seinfeld Elaine dance, I think.
Yeah, again, everything we've seen from the Mattel party seems to be, again, like Jay said, probably for the factory, maybe not masters yet. We don't know what the final product's going to look like. They could have different paint apps, different paint values. So maybe the tones drop a little bit for mass printing. But we don't know what the final colors are going to be. And like Jay said, he could have loose joints just from being made just to show for that event.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so, because it's like when they showed Stratos at San Diego Comic-Con, he had 2 left feet. So, it's probably it's most likely that, I would say, just to show something to get it out there.
I
So
agree.
you guys like this figure? I love this
I
figure.
love it.
I'm actually watching it right now.
Oh,
I'm watching New Adventures right now, and while I'm on the show, and so I'm all about it. I'm a fan of New Adventures. I know it gets a lot of flack, and it gets a lot of. It's probably the least favorite of all the He-Man renditions that we have.
Yeah.
I like it. It's a little bit more technical. It's a little bit more hard to follow. You really have to be engaged and follow what's going on. But I think it's cool. And again, capitalizing on what Oz said earlier, I think doing a multi-pack with like the 4 scientists would be cool. If they continue to go that route with Origins and they bring on the New Adventure stuff, I think that is an option. And that's a fun one. I like the multi-pack idea, Oz. I'm right there with you.
yeah. Gamer Bud says this is his second favorite reveal of the day. Goes on to say, I want to flog. Yes, I definitely want to flog too in this line.
Right.
I've been thinking a lot about flog lately.
Just don't say that out loud when people don't know what you're talking about.
You're just in the middle of the store, like, I want a flog, and people just start looking like, whoa, what's going on with that guy?
I know. I have to be careful.
I always think of the Sex Pistols record that came out back in the day when it was flogging a dead horse. So
That's right.
that always sticks in my head.
Yep.
That's right.
Hey, Vintage Motu, do you have any connection to the New Adventure stuff?
Like, as in, what do you mean?
Like, are you a fan of the new adventure stuff? You liking it at all, or?
Yeah, I actually. What you mean, the cartoon itself? Or
Yeah.
the toys? Yeah, the cartoon itself. Yeah, I finally watched the whole series this summer for the first time. I tried it a couple times, and I just couldn't get past the first few episodes because, like I said before, Skeletor just really bugged the hell out of me.
Yeah.
It reminded me a lot of Jim Carrey, The Mask.
Totally.
But once he his eyes changed to dark instead of the white, and I got used to him. The rest of it was fine. The heroes are a little bland, but you know that's always the case most of the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really loved the mutants, so it was always cool. So I enjoyed the show. Yeah, I'm a fan of it now, and I bought some. I don't know if you can see it from my camera view, but I bought some mutants from the original line.
Oh,
I don't
nice.
have them all, but I got like 4 of them. Yeah, so I like it. I'm hoping they come out with more in Origins.
Yes.
I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to seeing that. I'm sure they probably will. If they're teasing this and they already have that other one for that 4-pack, I'm assuming. Well, plus the He-Man and Masterverse, I'm assuming they're going to come out with them in Origins next year. I'm assuming.
Hoping for it because those villains would just be amazing. That
Right.
figures from New Adventures, I'm just in love with them. I have a hard time watching the cartoon, but I love the villain figures from that line.
Yep.
Quake. You got Quake. You got Hoove. You got Karate. You got Butthead.
Yeah.
You got like they're great, man. I got a signed,
BH.
I got a signed Butthead from the voice actor that played
Ooh,
Butthead, and it's
cool.
like it's just a cool thing to have. You know, I love the design. Slush Head. I got a Slush Head with water still inside. It's like
Nice.
it's a classic.
That's great. I can't wait for Slush. Oops, sorry. I want to get to that's sort of like the ultimate right now. But yeah, I definitely want to see Slush Head. I would love to see Slush Head in Masterverse and or Origins. Would love to see and Flog as well.
Sure.
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right, let's move on to this because I'm stoked about this.
Collecting classics, 2 thumbs up for Mossman. I got a lot of response for Mossman, more so than the other posts today. It seems that everybody's been waiting. All the responses I got were like, finally, it's about time. The only discrepancy across the board, which I found to be the most common, was the second unflocked head.
Yeah.
That seems to be coming off of the LOP Beastman. But other than that, I think it's a fantastic addition. He looks really good. He looks really big. He looks amazing, and I'm just so excited for this. Do we know whether or not this is exclusive, or is this going to be a regular peg figure?
What's going on with this guy? He is not going to be a Mattel Creations exclusive. He is going to be a retail exclusive at Walmart.
Yep.
Correct.
So you will only find him at Walmart.
Just like
And
you can find the flocked Panther at Walmart, right?
Right. And that's the theme they're keeping with. The flocked stuff apparently is just going to be strictly at Walmart. And he is going to be released as a deluxe figure, not a regular.
So
Right. Because the extra head.
Yeah.
yeah, that makes sense. Now, would you all be on board with this Lords of Power Beastman head if it was if it had like just the flocked beard and bald on top? Because I think I'd be okay with it if there was just a little bit of flocking on here.
Yeah, I could deal with the beard thing. I think Jay could agree with me. I'm a fan of the beard.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't mind if if it had a flocked beard. Although we do have a guy, speaking of Australia, friend of the channel, Custom Cats Oz, and he does amazing flock jobs.
Yeah,
so if I would just send it to my guy over there in Australia and have him just flock the whole thing for me. and then I'd just be flock and done with it. And that's just,
I was going to say, don't say that fast either. I got a flock job.
he's not flocking around, folks. Let me
I
tell you.
know.
So every time we all get together on Tuesday, apparently we just go straight into Snake Mountain after dark.
Oh, yeah, right. I put a trademark in for that, by the way, and it's still pending.
Yeah.
I'll give you a nickel.
All right.
A lot of comments I've been getting is he's got the pearliest smile. You know what I mean? Like he's got the craziest like chatter teeth. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And, it is quite a wider grin than the original. I have to say.
Yes.
But I don't mind it. I mean, he looks like a green Sasquatch. Much like he did back in the day, right? And what I really am happy about is they must have figured something out with the joints, because they've gone all the way up the joint line. It looks like they've only got that tiny little bit in the corner. And at the end of the day, the real problem with any flocking, just as we all know, you got to wear gloves, because the oils on your fingers are just going to rub everything off.
It's going to take it off.
Right. You just have to be very, very careful with flocking. But it can be done, right? You just have to be very careful.
Yeah. I think I might keep this one in package. I do open half and half, and I do keep some sealed. I will buy multiples so I can open one and keep one sealed. But I think this guy's staying in the box. Period.
I'm really hoping that background comes with him, because why the hell would they put him? He was the only one they put on that stupid background, and I really hope that he comes with that background, because that background is awesome. It's the Filmation Castle Grayskull with the Masters logo at the top corner. It just looks gorgeous. So
do you think we'll see a price difference with that being a Walmart exclusive and being a deluxe? Do you think we're going to see a price difference, or do you think they're going to stay with that price point that they have already?
They better stay.
For a deluxe,
they better stay.
Yeah, it's going to be the deluxe cost. That 21.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's still going to be the deluxe cost, unless they start including that background. Because if they include the background, then they have an excuse. Because as we know, all deluxes come on a blister card, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting, right? And he comes with if I'm not mistaken, he comes with some of the most accessories for deluxes to this point.
Yes.
Like,
absolutely.
I haven't seen a deluxe figure with that many accessories.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's a full armor suit.
Yeah.
And a second head and a weapon. That's pretty impressive.
Well, it's basically Beastman with flocking. So I mean, I don't know if it's going to cost more because of that, but it does have the extra head, like you said.
Yeah.
But I'd be curious to see.
And the weapons.
Yeah, 2 weapons. So.
Yeah. Okay. I'd be curious to see if they come out with a one that's not flocked to retail like they did with Panther.
I hear what you're saying, but I think that the community has been so vocal about it. I don't think that they would give it. I don't think they'd risk it at this stage.
Yeah.
I think that. But again, I wonder if they do put it in a special box, if then it would raise the price another like $5 or so.
Yeah, I guess they could. They could put it. They could probably put this in a box, like the same size box as maybe the Road Ripper or the Tila Zor, but it would still be like spread out in the whole. Like,
I was thinking something more along the lines of like these the Avatar: The Last Airbender, or even these. I was actually thinking more along the lines of things like the G.I. Joe packaging here.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's, rather thin. Probably like have them stand up like that, and then give it the what's it called, the it could be like one of those cutaways where you put the Castle Grayskull cutaway in the back here.
Yeah.
Right? And then you can just like rip it off from the back, right? And then
like the Eternia Guard, instead of like a solid blue insert, it could be the Castle Grayskull insert.
Yeah, actually, that makes a lot more sense. Yeah, because they already have the existing packaging anyway, right?
Right.
So, but they're but I don't think it would be as expensive as hopefully not as expensive as the Eternia Guard set, because that's two figures.
Well,
right? So
the original Eternia Guard was only like $20, so I mean,
Yeah,
I mean,
that was
here in the
surprising.
U.S., I'm not sure what it would be up in Canada for you guys.
I thought it was $24, but yeah, no, that would be great. That would be a great set. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I guess so.
Yes, Hillian Dread, that other head is not flocked, and we're hoping that they add some flocking to it, but probably not from what we're seeing here. And also,
Right.
just to support you on this, Mega J, like, they can't show us that Filmation Snake Mountain standee and not find a way to get it to us in some way. They've got to make that available. It's too cool.
I'm ready to buy it like one of the old Palatoy sets from like the 70s going into the 80s, the standard cardboard play set.
Yeah. All right, now we've got these fantastic.
Keklar.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'm a
And-
fan. I'm a fan. At 10,000 backers, it's a big way to go. If we back it to the other creature, the little one, that's
The
at
moat
7,000. So we have to get to 7,000 first before we can even look at Keklar. There we go.
Yeah.
This is our first stretch goal, and this is at 7,000 backers. I believe we might get here. Keklar seems a bit higher of a goal to obtain, but I think this is obtainable pretty easily.
I love this guy.
So
He's so weird. I think I saw this at a pet store the other day.
I recognize him from somewhere. I just can't place it. Like, he looks so freaky and so unique that I'm pretty sure I've seen him. I don't think he was in the Filmation cartoon though. But according to the planeteternia.de website, I don't know if the translation was off, but apparently he was either supposed to be included with Eternia, or he was included with Eternia. I don't know if anybody can confirm that, but
He-
he was. I think he was part of the sculpt.
oh, okay.
yeah,
He was
so
like embossed.
That's what those little tunnels were.
Yeah.
the-
In the connector pieces, the little
Gotcha.
well, in the original ones, the drawbridge that he's on right there, it's underneath that. Right
Oh,
underneath that, he's sculpted into the plastic underneath.
So he's
You
in the moat.
only see about half of them,
Gotcha.
and those sculpted weapons that you saw in the bottom of the moat, those
Yeah.
were part of the original sculpt as well. And he was like hanging out with those in that sculpt.
Got you. So he's in the moat sculpted.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanos Copter is supporting that too, because and I think right now Thanos Copter is looking at Eternia playset. So yeah, for sure.
It's nice that they released it, but they are releasing it as a stretch goal. And again, that requirement to meet is 7,000 backers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bobby, are you part of any Motu groups on Facebook at all?
No, I don't do Facebook. I haven't done Facebook in a long time, probably about 6-7 years.
Well, are you part of, or are any of us part of any Motu groups on Facebook or
Yeah.
on?
Yeah.
A couple, not too many.
Okay, so I'm gonna bring something up at the end, but let's talk about Kelkar because I
Yes.
couldn't pronounce his freaking name to begin with when I first started the stream. I was like Kelkartul, what the heck? And I love Matt Hatter's assertion that he's a rabbi. I fell over on the floor laughing. I was like, what? I totally fell over when I saw that. I was laughing my ass off.
Yep.
He's kind of blowing my mind. This guy, I'm maybe exposing too much of my lack of knowledge here, but I've never seen this guy before until this point.
So-
Yeah, he's I believe he's a New Adventures Guardian of the Elders. He's part of that canon for New Adventures. I don't think he's
in the original mini comic for Eternia.
Yeah, I don't think he's shown in
Okay,
the episodes.
Yes, in the original mini comic for Eternia, there's a single panel with 3 elders, and Keklar's one of them.
Yeah.
I should have brought that out.
Sorry, Bobby, go ahead.
No, I have the mini comic, so I should have brought that out. I could have showed you.
Yeah, is he at all related to Eldor?
No, he was thought up before Eldor was brought
Yeah.
around with the powers of Grayskull.
Uh,
Um,
so
so
he,
I mean,
Because
he's kind of a new.
I've seen characters similar to him in the Filmation version, just like NPCs or whatever, like they visit a village or whatever, and some guys have like really tall hats. But I've never seen this particular,
Right.
iteration of this character. He sort of kind of reminds me of the of the comic catcher. You know what I mean? Like I thought,
oh yeah, yeah,
Zagras.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He
I thought
reminds me of the wizard of from Sword in the Stone.
totally.
Yeah,
Totally.
Yes.
absolutely true.
Same voice as
Yes.
the Hatter.
I
Gandalf
like
the Blue.
Yeah, exactly. Don Bluth. Wow, what a classic. I love the fact that he's got like sculpted sleeves, right? And
Yes.
I really
Yeah.
love that.
And again, I was talking about this with Kenzo earlier, and when looking at the overall price of Eternia and coming to terms with those price points we both seem to have, Jay and I, in the US, it makes more sense if we can get those goals met, that we could have 2-3 figures in this play set. Then the value feels a lot better.
Yeah.
And it feels not like I'm just spending all this just for a play set. I'm actually getting something to interact with that play set. And what better way than to have such exclusive figures, which kind of helps retain that value, and again makes it feel a lot better at that price point.
So you're buying me one, right?
I got mine locked and loaded, ready to go.
Oh geez.
Already said if I could, I'd back the whole project myself if I could, and then I would just start giving them out. But I did pull up the mini comic with the one panel of the 3 elders, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it. I can't tell if that's in focus or not.
Do you think they'll release the other elders, or do you think they're going to release King Grayskull as an independent guarded figure, or are they going to leave these big box exclusives and making them that much sought after and that much more valuable?
I want
kind
to
of
say
hope they
that
keep 'em.
King Grayskull is going to be on his own because he's the first one. I don't think that, because they're not going to make a bunch of boxes with just him inside. I think they said it's going to be separated.
Yeah.
That you'll have him delivered to you first or whatever, separate from the actual Eternia box, I believe.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he is going to be. They're going to ship at the same time. So
Mhm.
they're going to ship Eternia and they're going to ship King Grayskull at the same time. But they did confirm that because they're not going to make, he's an early bird for people who pre-ordered within the first week. So they're not going to pack so many of them in Eternia and then pack so many without him. He's going to be his own separate piece that ships alongside of it. And I got to be honest, I hope that they keep him as an exclusive because it really helps keep that incentive for everybody to back this as
Yeah.
early as possible. And I think that's what they really need to ensure that this thing gets backed. And probably one of the best ways to make sure that we can hit those stretch goals as well. I've always said I'm a sucker for critters. I want the moat creature.
Yeah. Thanos Copter just sent me a picture of the moat creature.
You want to isolate yourself?
Yeah, let me isolate myself here. Let's see.
Oh yeah.
See that?
There he is.
Yeah. I see him. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
He kind of looks in this image. He kind of looks like a little bit more like Merman, the face sculpt, but that's because it's like molded into the plastic. But
Sure.
I see that underbite there happening. So yeah, this is cool. Thank you, Thanos Copter. All right, can we? I just really want to get to this.
Yeah, I just want to bring up one last thing,
Yeah.
and I don't want to get people's hopes up. All right, I don't want to get people's hopes up. But the reason I asked, if anybody was in a couple of Facebook groups is because I'm in a bunch of them. Okay, and one of them did a poll and I've been struggling to find it because it was just the other day. I should have taken a freaking screen cap. But anyway, one of these groups did a poll, and the basically it was asking, are you going to back Eternia? And it was 47% yes. So that
Right.
sounds like a bad thing. But when you think about it, 47% backing of 35,000 members, that's a pretty good number.
Yeah.
So that's well above 5,000. So
Right.
like just by that alone. And again, people will say whatever, right? But even if that's 10% of reality, I think you're looking at least 3,000 people who possibly might back this thing, and those are pretty encouraging numbers. So that in and of itself is thing. Now,
And that's only from one group, right?
that's only for one group, right?
Yeah.
They just happen to do a poll, and I try my best to make people aware. So I hope that a lot of people figured out through my video and other people's videos that there are payment plan options.
Yeah.
Because I found out afterwards, believe it or not, that there actually are additional options depending on where you live. Like after I did an incognito window and just checked out without logging in, PayPal comes back up as an option. I did not even realize that. But when I'm logged in for whatever reason, PayPal is not an option. I don't know why.
Interesting.
It's very odd. And
That's
interesting.
I might actually do a live stream on it. We'll see what happens because doing another video on the same topic is never a good idea.
Right.
And that's such a smart way for them to get people to be encouraged to buy. Is here's a payment option to ease the pain rather than just a lump over the head. So I think that's a great way for them to offer a soft launch for other people that are interested but don't want to get attacked for the full payment right out the gate.
And that's like Mondo today when they announced the Battle Cat. In their own tweet, they said that it's they got payment plans, so everybody knows up front. So that's a good thing. Yeah, hopefully this will
I think
happen.
that price point was at 500 too, right?
Yeah, that's expensive, but that thing's huge.
Gigantic.
There's so many people who've been like chiming in and just saying, screw Eternia. Like, why would you pay for that piece of plastic? But you look at BattleCat and you're like, okay, this really is an idea of where do you put value?
Yeah.
Because freaking BattleCat, I get it. He's a 1/6 scale, and he's huge. But is he $500? Value? That really depends on who you are, right?
Right.
Like,
Right.
Yeah.
Because this thing is gigantic, compared to freaking BattleCat. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
4 feet. It's 4 feet freaking long, right? Or wide, sorry, and 3 feet high. Like, again, it's all in what you're hoping to get out of it. It's got a freaking motorized tram for crying out loud.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that. There's a lot of things, and people just got to come to the terms that these are adult collectibles, and if adults want to buy them, then they should be free to buy them. They shouldn't be
That's right.
criticized for doing
Yeah,
it.
and I don't collect the Mondo stuff, but I admire my friends who do collect the Mondo stuff.
Sure.
And so it's a matter of choice. What's the world you're building at home?
Yeah,
right.
You collect the Mondo stuff, you might be more interested in sculptural pieces that go behind plexiglass. If you collect this, you might decide to put it behind plexiglass, but you might also want to play with it. And I think, and it all depends on what it is you're looking for. And I'm cool with it all, like whatever floats your boat.
So one thing that was also brought up earlier about Eternia that I wanted to bring up, and I think it was Jay and John were talking about it, and I watched Pixel Dan's video, and I don't quite remember him saying it, but somebody had mentioned that you can fit 7-inch scale figures
Yes.
with Eternia. So no matter which series, well, I mean, obviously not Mondo because it's 1/6 scale, but at least if you've got classics, if you've got Masterverse, you've got your Origins, you've got your CGI, they will all scale with this play set.
Yeah.
And so that kind of adds a lot of value to it right there because it's not limited to one toy line. Like, I only collect origins, so this is for me, and it doesn't really work for anybody else. You can use it as a centerpiece no matter which series you have.
Yeah.
And they've also mentioned that you can set up the tram so that it only goes around the central tower. So if you are cramped on space, you can break it down
Yes.
and have the middle tower and take away the two other towers. You can add those towers and put them near their, as we all now know, Snake Mountain is going to be on its way. So you can kind of side those more with whichever, you know, castle born playset. I did the air quotations because we all know Snake Mountain's not a castle, but
Yeah.
you know,
I'm intrigued to see if you get two of them.
options.
If you get two Eternias, that's my goal, is to get two of them. And then, you know, Mattel has a great ability to make stuff interact with other things. And I want to see two tracks put together to make one big tram system and have
Ray
everything
just
going.
wants-
I think that'd be amazing.
Ray
Ray-
wants the track to go all the way around his room, so
Yeah.
that while he's doing these lives, we'll just occasionally see the tram
Yeah,
come
Just see the
around,
tram just go by.
airdropping his unboxing videos.
Yeah, exactly.
In a space like this when he posts, he gets it for his Instagram lives.
Oh man.
Right?
Ray, I'm gonna give you some advice, and I hope you take it. Just, you know, when you get your Eternia, just make molds and just make more tram lines, because you don't
Yeah.
need to buy.
Oh, that's perfect. No, you know what? You're right. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna get up and start 3D printing all the tram you can handle, and just make the biggest Motu Eternia tram set in existence. We'll call Guinness over.
There you go.
Oh my
Jay
God.
Peregrine, if you're still in the chat, you're still watching, you've heard it. We need to start do the 3D modeling of the tram tracks so that
Yeah.
we're gonna make all the tracks.
You know what
Yeah.
would be really cool too? If you ever look at if you look at, I don't know where Scott Knightley gets all these things, but he's got these maps of Eternia, and one of the things that always stood out to me on one of those maps is the space between the towers and the central tower of Eternia. They're actually really far apart.
Oh yeah, it's massive distance, like miles.
And what really kills me is that you see like 12 different trams running at the same time. I'm like, holy crap! It's a ski lift. It's literally a ski lift that keeps going. I'm worried that Ray is going to buy 12 of these things and actually have these 12 trams going all over his. You know, like there's a Guinness World Record.
Wait, check this out.
That would be great.
The tram can have a piece of paper taped to the bottom that says "like and subscribe." Every few minutes, we see it go behind his head around.
Yeah, exactly. That's perfect. One that has a water bottle, you know.
Yeah,
He's gonna be like Mr. Rogers with that train.
totally.
Every time I see this,
Absolutely.
That's so funny.
you know, and it's funny you mentioned that too, because when I was a kid and, you know, coming out of those years of watching Mr. Rogers and everything like that, every time I started pulling out like my Point Dread, my Castle Grayskull, it always reminded me of when he would go into that room and just start putting all the different pieces on the table, because that's what it felt like when I was pulling out all these different play sets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing. He's playing with his toys.
His kingdom of make believe.
That's right.
That's right. I'm a make believe I have enough money in my account to afford all this.
You know,
Yeah.
that's all we're all doing is we're building those kingdoms of make believe in our basements and our rooms, wherever we're putting our stuff. Like you all have versions. We all have versions of that behind us. It's cool. All right, so this thing, this is the thing that really just got me going today, folks. I'm super excited about this. I know this is a prototype. I know that it's not going to look 100% like this, and there are definitely some issues, some weird elements like the size of the snake and the snake seeming to be a little bit misplaced, and of course the like frosting on the paint. The paint application looks like frosting, but I think this is going to end up just, if it looks anything like this, I'm going to be happy.
Yeah, definitely
Yep.
the bridge accessory, you could tell right away, is not 2 pieces. That's a 1-piece item.
Yeah.
The snake, I don't know what it's made out of. I don't know if it's bendable. Maybe if it's made out of that foam, it's got like a wire you could bend in it. Maybe it's plastic. I still don't know what's going on with that. But I can tell you the next slide has that interior, and that's what blew me away. I'm glad we got a Snake Mountain, but to see that interior, we're seeing nods to classics. And again, there is that molded piece in the bottom in the acid pool of a sticker, but now we're getting it as Oz said, the little creatures that come with the playset that really kind of sell the item.
What I love most about that is if you watch some of the videos that have been posted and they talk about it a little bit, those creatures. Now, again, this is still extremely early on prototype. Like this is the first version of it that they've done. So hopefully this feature sticks around. In some of the close-up pictures, you can see that actually folds up on a hinge, but you can pop the creatures off.
Yeah.
And they're on the same modulation pegs that the torsos are on, so that you can set your upper torso of your hero on it so he looks like he's drowning down there.
Yeah.
Uh,
Amazing.
that's fantastic.
Yeah, one wonderful concepts for play. Like honestly, if anybody's actually buying this with their kids, like I've got a couple of friends who are just like going crazy because these are amazing playable play sets for kids. Like they're durable enough that they're not going to break, and don't quote me on that. And
Mine's still doing good, and it gets played with whenever Connor comes over. So.
And I like the design of the microphone. It's shorter. It's more accessible to be either removed or played with as a littler piece like we saw with some of the other play sets. But it's got a bone throne. It's got a dungeon with a door. Really cool stuff with the Snake Mountain. Again, we don't know what the final product's going to be, but I can tell you that it's exciting. I'm stoked about it. Like I said, my phone blew up. I do know, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. I do know that the projections for this playset are going to go back to normal. We're not going to see anything excessive like we're seeing with the Eternia playset price point. This will be more along the lines of what we've seen previously. So that's good news.
Yeah. What do you think this is going to be? What do you think this is going to cost, folks? I'm guessing $100.
About
I'd say
$100, $150 is a good price point. I see this at. Again, if that goes on sale, we could see this as low as maybe $80, $90.
Yeah.
Just like Castle Grayskull was in the beginning.
Right.
But again, we are getting a lot more. We're getting new molding, heavier plastics, new accessories, and new molds for a playset that's 40 years old. So across the board, it's all new. Yeah. And I think the price point is going to go back to stuff that we're normally used to seeing with standard playsets. So that's, like I said, that is great news for anybody worried about Eternia, thinking that's going to reflect against Snake Mountain. That will not. So
no, I had no doubt that Eternia was a one and done kind of situation. It was impossible for them to return to like put that at retail. I mean, if this showed up at retail for $250, people would just literally, it would sit forever.
Oh yeah.
And you know what? Looking at the new Castle Grayskull, oh my God, that thing's ridiculous. And as soon as I can, I'm buying it.
And that's only $100 right now.
I know, that's exactly my point.
And that's like, incredible. The contrast.
It's got sound.
The contrast is amazing. It's got lights.
It's got, like additional like options. You know, you can take off the pods. You can do. It's got like what's it called? The fold out features. You know, a
mechanical drawbridge that shoots out and lights up. It's like, holy cow.
They set the bar with that in terms of play sets. It's freaking ridiculous. And you know what?
And it fits origin scales too.
Well, more or less. I mean, like it's still a little bit smaller.
It's tight. It's tight.
It's tight. But when you set the bar like that with that price point, and you're expecting us to pay $250 for this, that would be stupid. That
would be
right.
Huge mistake. And I think now that you reminded me that CGI Grayskull is $100, I think this is going to be closer to 95,
Yeah,
85.
I think it'll go back to the 80, 85, 90, right? I think that's probably where it's going to be.
Great goal based on that. Thank you for reminding us of that, Mega J, because I that gives me hope. This is going to be a reasonably priced thing.
If it hits 100, that's fine. You know, here in Canada, it'll be 120, 125. I'm okay with that. That number works for me, right? But if they even get anywhere near 130 or 150, they can screw themselves, because it's going to sit. No one's going to pick it up, right?
What do you think, Bobby, as a big fan of the vintage stuff? What do you think of this?
I wasn't surprised at all about how it looks or anything, because I kind of figured they would do something like they did with the classics, Snake Mountain and all the internal pieces. I kind of figured they would go that way. I did notice on the front there are a couple holes near the bridge towards the side. I don't know if they're going to extend more parts to the bridge or what, but other than that, I was hoping they were going to do something like this, and I'm not shocked that it looks like it does. I know it's going to be different paint and everything. It looks like it's been sitting in the Arizona sun, but
it looks like a cupcake with frosting right now.
Snake Mountain birthday cake, right?
Frosting Mountain, you know.
Haha, guys, fooled you. This is He-Man's birthday cake for tomorrow.
Yeah, no kidding.
Pretty much.
Here's John Wayne Gacy.
What is it called again? Red velvet.
Red devil cake.
The red velvet devil cakes. Now you know what? This is nowhere near finished. I mean, like the deco. This actually reminds, like, believe it or not, this actually reminds me of a few Snake Mountains which came out of the factory like this. I mean, like, you got to remember, they literally just got one guy with a spray can. Go, like that was pretty much it, right? So you either got really good ones on a good day, or it was like Friday afternoon at like 4 o'clock, and the guy just wanted to leave. So it was like, it was just going all over the place and just getting out of there as fast as possible. But you know, to Bobby's point, I think those are additional mounting points which they haven't covered up yet. There it is. And I think what that means, if we go back to the next slide, the modular nature of this set is incredible. You know, the fact that it's got 2 trap doors, that's crazy. They're adopting a trap door from the Great Skull set. I love that. I love the fact that the both drones have a similar surprise. And I love the fact that the cage actually is swappable from one section to the next. That blew me away. When I saw that, I was like, oh my God, that is so great. Because before, you know, you trap them down, there'd be a net. But the fact that you can actually get a full-on cage, and I'm really hoping, sincerely am hoping that they give us the net anyway, because I think that would be really, really cool, just to keep that type of heritage going. But if we only get the cage swap, I'm fine with that. It's just beautiful. And you know, the weapons rack. We never got a weapons rack.
Not with this.
Totally blew me away.
About time.
And a bone throne. The bone throne,
of course, is the biggest thing. Like, seriously, that thing.
Yeah,
that's a great piece.
That made my almost gave me a heart attack. I was so happy when I saw it. I want to take a moment and point something out here, and this stood out to me in particular because I've made one of these. The snake head is definitely inspired by the cartoon. It's got the front-facing nostrils, which I've sculpted before, and I'm so excited that they did it with this. They made the effort to make that snake head look like the Filmation snake head, and I hope that snake body is articulated. It kind of seems like it might be, but
it kind of does, doesn't it?
Yeah, I want to say it will be. It should, because the way they have it right now is kind of like how the vintage is, where you can like just swivel it. Yeah, but I think it's going to wrap a little. You could probably wrap it around. Yeah, that.
But if not, it already is in kind of like that handle position.
Yeah.
So if you did close it, that could be the acting handle. Yeah. I think that's pretty cool. Maybe it would swivel like so, like that. If it is bendable and you can move it around with like that IE foam kind of covering with the wire inside, I think that could be an option because that's a flexible material. Yeah. If they go hard plastic, that's going to be a lot harder to articulate. But again, this does look to be already in a handle shape, so that just could move and swivel like this, which again, I'm okay with. I think that would be cool. I think the sturdier, the better. So I think it's a great addition and a new concept to something old. So I think it's a great piece, that new snake. It kind of reminds me of the 200X Skeletor with the snake arms. And he's got
that kind of look.
And that snake looks similar to that kind of design. So that's really neat.
Yeah. I modeled over this for quite a while, and if you actually go to do you have any slides, the close-up slides of the snake? As close, like there was a couple of slides where it was really close to the gate.
No,
all right. Well, anyway, if you look carefully right above the wolf's head, you can actually see three segments, three breaks. Right by where the ER is. If you look very careful to the ER on the Master Universe.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You actually see three breaks. So it's my thought process that whoever put this, again, they only got it like 5 minutes before the show.
Yeah.
Right? So my thought process is this: they actually didn't position it right. It actually needs to wrap around because if you remember Snook Mountain the way it is in the cartoon, it actually wraps from behind.
Yeah.
Comes, and much like the vintage, it actually swings over from the left hand side.
Yeah.
Right? So it's my thought process that they're actually, you can actually twist it in such a way, because if you do the segments, you can actually twist in several different sections, and you actually twist it around so it actually comes back that way. The other thing is, if you go to the next slide, if you zoom in, there's actually two mounting points. I don't know if you noticed.
I see that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
So you can actually move the snake.
Yeah.
Good.
And the thing is that I was actually arguing with my roommate. I don't think you can pick it up by the snake. That one mounting point tells me it's only on a tiny little peg. So
yeah.
Oh, okay.
It snap eventually. I think that Spire, much like the original version, is where you're going to pick it up from.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I love that Spire. They need to finish it because I don't know what's going on there. They have a covering on it. Things are weird.
Something's
But that Spire does the whole thing for me. Like it's
cool. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And Jay, we remember seeing Eternia when it launched at Comic-Con, because we both were losing our minds. That was months ago. We could possibly see this in 23. I don't believe this is going to be launched in 22. We only have a few months left, and then the first quarter.
Yeah, it's supposed to be
The
around
first quarter of
next
24
year.
is going to come around. So it is for next year. So they do have time to make this better. And as we do know, Mattel is listening, because they've added a second head. I know Skele Vader doesn't have the slides, but they added a second head to the Dolph figure. I think that's amazing.
Yeah. That.
And they got the art that connects on the back packaging. I think that's rad. But they do have time to fix what is not perfected with this Snake Mountain. So I'm really excited for this release.
Yeah, I'm super excited. This thing's nowhere near done. This thing is still this thing is I can't believe they brought this out. Like, I'm shocked.
Now, do you think, now here's a question for you. If they included a figure, do you think they could up the PP on this?
No, I guarantee they're including a figure 100%, because you can't start. You can't start. So. Yeah. Sorry, Bobby, go ahead.
No, I was just agreeing with you.
Yeah, I can't see them offering a figure on Grayskull and then not offering a figure. And you know what? Let's be honest. People were buying Grayskull just for the figure. You know what I mean? It's just that added incentive you need to sell these things. Because people who have no connection with play sets, they'll buy a figure because it's the only thing that they want, right? And they'll sell the play set somehow, like from on eBay or something like that, for like a third of the price. They don't care. They just want to get rid of it, right? And that's really going to be the same thing with this. Now, which figure?
Yeah,
right?
That's up for speculation too.
The Skelecon. I'm assuming it'd be a Skelecon.
Yeah,
that would be a good call.
I would hope so. That would be incredible, right? I would like it. If anything, I would like him to have different armor, so that he's a captain. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like a gold.
That would be very good.
In this, go ahead. And mute.
Ray, can you go on mute? Yeah.
No, I'm here.
Okay.
I had to plug up because my phone's going to explode.
Okay, cool. You know what always kills me, and what I love the most, that the fact that they keep the freaking ladder like that.
Yes.
That always
Yep.
kills me. I can't believe they kept.
Better yet, this is what's great. It's a different ladder, folks.
Yeah, it's a different
Is it
ladder.
finally a different ladder?
It's a different ladder, which
Yeah, it's not the original one.
yeah.
That one was fragile too. I got one right there.
Yeah, I got mine right over there too.
I just sent some pics in the group chat for some close-ups of the snake. I don't know if you're able to add them on there, but I mean they're not the best. I grabbed them from Pixel Dan's just to try and see. I zoomed in on them. I don't know if they stayed that way.
Let me see.
I don't see them.
They should be in the group chat. I just sent them.
Well, let me look here. Let's see. Did you do it in oh, there it is.
Yeah, the one we set up for the movie stream.
Oh, okay, that's
That chat.
yeah. I was looking
Too many
at,
group chats.
I was looking at this chat. You know, I was like,
Oh, sorry, I couldn't put it in that chat.
that's what I mean.
All right, give me a few minutes, folks, and I'll get them up.
Yeah.
What's the next slide that you were going to look at though, Skelly?
That's it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, this was the last one.
I thought I saw one more. Okay.
I that was it. That's all I got, folks.
So,
Yeah.
Bobby, do you have a going back to vintage Motu? Do you have a favorite from this release that we've gotten out of all this stuff? Do you have a favorite?
Yeah, the Frogmonger.
That's your number one, eh?
Yeah, for some reason, it's just cool to me. It's something that you wouldn't really expect, but even though they did tease him on a couple packages,
Yeah.
It's neat to see that, and it gives you hope that they might release like that Wolfman and stuff as well, or because they already had the Gray Skull with the arm, or that tentacle coming out. So it'd be neat to kind of finish those off in a way.
I agree.
That would be neat to set that up with your Castle Grayskull if you open it and stuff. But
Yeah.
I really like that, so.
Yeah, I hope they release a pink Orlax. I mean, like, we got the green Orlax. I'm hoping they release a pink Orlax. I mean, that would be ideal. And of course, yeah, like there have been Wolfmen in Eternia, so it wouldn't be a stretch. I mean,
Right.
It would be.
Go ahead, Jay. Finish up.
No. I was only going to say that it would be like it's as simple as just taking Beastman, putting a wolf head on him. I mean, like, you pretty much should just do it that way.
Yeah, I don't even think we need to go as far as giving him the they could use the Grizzlor buck because he's got a little bit more of the hair detail, but they don't need to do like the actual hair all over him, just that hair sculpted detail.
Yeah, Beastman doesn't have hair, so it wouldn't be a necessity.
Yeah, but one thing that I really would like to see is they add more critters and creatures to these things. I say it all the time. I love critters. It's one of the whole reasons I wanted to get to the Battlefield Warriors 2-pack because I wanted more gargoyles. And I really want to hit the stretch goal for the mode creature. I love the little creatures here. I love that they're taking details from stickers.
Yeah.
And sculpting them out and really bringing them out. We had the computer sculpted on Grayskull. Here, Snake Mountain always had a lot of decent sculpted detail. It wasn't a whole lot with the stickers, but they found a way to bring out more sculpting from stickers and all like that. But I'd really like to see like a critters pack. Like I really want to see a Eternia or Etheria creatures pack.
Like a weapons pack, but full of creatures?
Yeah. Just like, again, they could totally package the same size as the Eternia Guard or the Rise of Evil 2-pack and just throw a whole bunch of different little creatures and stuff in there that we've seen on various boxes. Like the Horde bat creature thing that we talked about on the Grizzlor box.
Yeah.
Like
the little dragons, they include in the Battlefield set.
Yeah, those guys. Like
with,
I want to see
Panther
more
and He-Man. Yeah, that's great.
I'm holding out hope for Granomir.
Yes.
I don't care if it's a Mattel Creations freaking Kickstarter. I want Granomir. Like,
do another crowdsource.
Yeah, but just screw it. Just take the freaking Mattel mold from like 10 years ago and just put him back up there. Let's screw it. I just need like Grandomir back. Like,
Well, here's the fun thing about that too, is that we have Revolution right around the corner. And one thing we know they're going to do is spoil a whole slew of creatures that we know will enter that canon of figures being built. So that's really, really fun to think about as well.
All right.
Are we looking at the new snake here? Is this a close-up of the snake?
What is going on with that neck? That's a mystery for me. I'm wondering what's going on there.
You called it, Jay. You see up there, right where the curve starts to happen. That is definitely a split. See how the little I call them bricks on the snake body there's like 2 per segment. They're not lining up there at that one line right above, right where the T would be. No, the R would be in mass. They're not lining up.
There might also be a break right above the wolf's head, like right above it, the eye.
Yeah, right too. I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, they're playing around with this thing. They're doing so many different things with this. They're trying to perfect this thing. And it's only on one peg, like, but it can be swapped. You can tell.
Oh,
and from that
other peg.
And if you look like right at the curve as it's coming up above the R on the board back there, if you look at that, it definitely looks segmented right there.
That's the same one that I was looking at
right here.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's definitely a segment. So it'll swivel. It's not going to bend, I don't think. That's my new feeling here. It's not going to be
I didn't see these close-ups before. I just saw it on Twitter real fast today, and I just sent it out, and that was it.
Yeah, I haven't seen these close-ups. This is great.
I'm wondering if the right by the collar, I'm wondering if those flex out, because that is a very interesting armature there.
Yeah.
Right at the collar. There's something unique about that. I don't know what it is.
Maybe it'll be painted gold like a necklace or something.
Could be interesting. But I'm wondering if it actually you remember those snakes, the snake toys where you could actually extend them, and then it had a bendy a sort of bendy feature. That would be crazy.
That would be really cool, and it'd be a good way for like the snake to like kind of reach down and grab somebody.
Yeah, I think that would be
awesome.
really, really neat.
Yeah, when I look at these photos, though, I know it's going to be different by the time we get it. So I don't like to get too deep in it too much. Personally, because when I start to think this is what we're going to get and then they change it, then I get upset. It's like, oh, that was cool. Why did they change that? But like they did with the new Attorney, He-Man, the battle armor, the head sculpt on that. But yeah, it's still really cool. I like it.
Yeah. And to answer Scott's question, that color is definitely from Filmation. It looks a little exaggerated on this sculpt, but that's definitely Filmation.
Yep.
And I'm with you. I'm with you, Bobby. That there's definitely going to be some tweaks as we move forward. And don't get your hopes up. Don't get your hopes. Don't get your hopes low either. Be ride the middle area of expectations, and you'll be happy. I think that bottom jaw that articulates. It really looks like the bottom jaw articulates.
It does look like it, definitely. But again, we'll see as time goes on. This was the very first prototype. You can tell literally, it's just the old school, Snake Mountain. And then they slapped some Sculpey on there or something, molded into different things. But they did guarantee a few things with it when they were going over it. It will be taller than Grayskull. The original one was not. It was shorter.
Yeah.
So this will be taller than Grayskull. They're not sure about that microphone yet, but they definitely want to have more interior mechanics. And anybody who's watched me talk about what I've wanted from a Snake Mountain in Origins was that I wanted more of an interior. The outside had a lot of playability as a kid, but the inside, you had the net, and that was it, and it barely ever held a figure. Most of the time, they would just flip out of it. So
Yep.
This has given me like everything that I could want for the interior of Snake Mountain.
And there's critters, Oz. And there's
There's
critters.
critters. That's got me sold right away. Totally sold. There's a little spider in there, and there's a couple critters in the acid pit. I was sold.
And I know we're just covering the news, and we're just kind of, all just kind of geeking out on this stuff.
Yeah.
But just take a step back, look at last week with the launch of Eternia, the release of like 12 figs. Here we are this week, and we have this whole launch. It kind of makes my wallet cry a little bit. But what a great time to be a Motu fan, new or old, and a collector. Just outstanding stuff coming from Mattel and that whole team out there. So I'm just totally stoked. And man, Oz, what's your favorite thing so far besides Snake Mountain? We're all loving Snake Mountain. What's your favorite fig release so far?
From today, gosh, it's hard to say because I've loved just about everything they've shown. I'm going to go with Frogmonger just again because of the fact that we're bringing these tertiary character things that have just kind of been seen around and never been released before, and they're bringing them into characters.
Jay, what's your favorite figure
for today?
Yeah.
If I really had to, if I was on the spot, I'd have to say it's Man-at-Arms. I love the soft goods. I love the fact that the armor can go on top of the clothing. That's crazy. Like that's absolutely nuts. And I love the fact that he's got a freaking bazooka. Like that's just what can you do? I mean, bazookas are always good. Right? You can bring a bazooka to dinner, and like nobody's gonna question why.
Hey, Skelevator, what's your favorite fig today's launch?
Mossman.
Mossman, nice.
I can't say Snake Mountain because it's not a figure.
Right. Yeah, we all want Snake Mountain. That's gotten, we all want that. But like Mossman, I agree.
Mossman and Stinkor were the two figures I played with the most as a kid. Like the most. Even though I love my Trap Jaw, I just played with Mossman and Stinkor the most. I'm not sure why. The smells or something.
Yeah, do you think he's going to have that piney, fresh smell? Do you think they're going to go that route? How could they not, right?
Yeah, they said they will. Yeah.
Yep.
They said they will,
great.
but I'll believe it when I smell it.
With you, Jay. Because Stinkor, the smell of Stinkor was a deep, deep disappointment.
It really was. He did not stink enough.
It's just plastic. It's just a plastic smell. But this is Jay just sent this to me, so I got it up. But that is the snake head. This is either a still from the cartoon or inspired by the cartoon. You see those ribs around the neck; they're definitely there. The front-facing nostrils are definitely there. They're really taking. They're directly referencing the Filmation snake head.
Right.
And that just could be just the basic aesthetic architecture of that snake too. That could just be a collar around the neck. So either way, I'm just glad to see them going back to such detail and recognition of the original designs. It's a great thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a question because I'm going to have to jump off here real quick since you're talking about the Filmation Snakehead. Since next year is the 40th anniversary for Filmation cartoon, do you think we're going to see Filmation characters in Origins and stuff that are not?
Yeah,
I'm jumping right out the gate and saying absolutely.
I would hope so. I mean, like
I'm not gonna lie.
They've already made a Filmation He-Man, and we know each and every one of those He-Man is going to come to retail in one form or another. They're not going to waste that opportunity. I mean, they lost some. They're losing money on that every day. Yep. So they might as well take the surplus, take them off of the cards, and put them back on other cards, and just like get them out to the market. I mean, that's not how it works. But I'm just being facetious on that level. But I'm pretty sure that we might see Shitoki. You know what I mean? That would be freaking ridiculous if we actually get characters like that.
Yeah.
I think that would be excellent if we started. If we got Koldar we're definitely gonna get
that's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, I think they've started that launch, and that's going to help ease. Because for anybody that isn't aware, Coldar, I think, was one of those first exclusives that we got. That was just kind of like, who is this, and where does he come from? And he comes from Double Trouble, and I think is Coldar in 1 or 2 episodes? I think he's only in 1, right?
He's in 1. Yeah, I
Double
squirted
Trouble.
when I heard that they were coming out with him. I was like, this is fantastic, and I was hoping
Yeah.
to see more. But yeah, it's great.
Well, with the
Mattel knows what they're doing, and I think
Yes.
they're going to do it right, because this is their first chance of doing it in 40 years, and they're doing a bang up job. This is incredible. These releases are out of control. I love it. I'm all for it. 2 thumbs up.
My thoughts on that are, this whole roller coaster started 40 years ago, 1982, as far as getting released to retail, and it turned Mattel into the powerhouse that we've known them as pretty much since we've all been alive. They've always survived off of Barbie and Hot Wheels, but nothing brought in the money like Masters of the Universe did. It carried them through the 80s decade, basically. I'm hoping we kind of see the next 5 years just more and more Motu as it goes on. If they keep it afloat, I mean, I'd hate to think that they've already kind of, jumped out the gate real quick and they're like, okay, we're putting out all this product, over these next couple of years leading up to the 40th anniversary, and then we'll see how things are after that and see where we can go. I'm hoping that they have more to keep it going. We've already seen that anybody who thought this thing was going to wrap up going into 2023, Snake Mountain is coming out at the end of 2023, and the hype train is on it more than anything that I've seen so far. So I'm definitely thinking we will see quite a bit more. I'm hoping definitely for some more Filmation over the next year or so, especially next year. Like, we've already seen some Princess of Power and Masterverse. Let's see some Filmation and Masterverse.
And they haven't even started. They have not even started. Hold on, I'll just say it one more time. They have not even started She-Ra and the Princess of Power line. So that's exciting right there. I'm a big Pop fan, and I can't wait. I just can't wait to see what they're doing. I'm so excited.
Hey, we got a new viewer here, Bullwinkle80. First time watching, just subscribe. Great, thank you.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Well, I think Ray, that the Masterverse She-Ra and Masterverse Hordak are the first hints that we're going to be getting more Filmation figures in the Masterverse line, just like Coldar was the hint that we will be getting more Filmation figures in the Origins line. So I really think that we're heading that direction 100%, and we're going to be getting a lot of those.
And in Origins as well.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I got to drop off. I appreciate you guys inviting me. Like you said,
Bobby.
You guys are the ones that keeping this Masters in the Universe alive, your shows and everything. So as long as we're doing all what we can, we'll keep it up. And I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. Bobby from Vintage Motu. You guys can check him out on Twitter and on Instagram at vintage_Motu. Bobby, thank you for coming on and sharing your time with us. It was a pleasure. And we'll be in touch. We'll be talking later on in the week.
Yep. And I got something coming in November. So there's something to tease you with.
Ooh, I love it. I love it.
I appreciate
what you got going on, man.
All right, awesome.
Hey, Bobby.
All right, see you guys.
Good to see you.
Take care, man.
Well, folks, do you think this is it? Shall we call it a night? Any final thoughts?
I'll do my final thoughts and my outro real fast. I'm back. My phone's going to explode on me. Tomorrow we have Motu Wednesday. We're really excited about that. Thank you, Mega J. You've inspired my whole content creation for the months to come. You know, that's a direct nod to you, brother man. But on Motu Wednesday, we have two shows. We're doing one at 1 o'clock. We have a special unboxing and special guest at 1. And then our second show is at 9. We have a special unveil and reveal party for something that we've been working on with Kenzo's Collections.
Cool.
I will be talking about ToonCon, where I had the distinct pleasure of meeting Alan Oppenheimer, and we will be talking about this beautiful statue right here. I did something a bit crazy, so stay tuned to find out what that was. And yeah, that's all I have. I'm excited for everything. I'm excited for the community. Thanks for everybody for watching. And what do you guys got going on? How you want to end it, Skelly?
Mega J, any thoughts? Final thoughts?
You know what? Today's been an overwhelming. What a way to end Mo Tuesdays. I mean, like seriously. But we're apparently continuing with Mo Wednesday. But anyway, you know, the reality is they really hit it off with a bang. I was just kind of disappointed slightly that they didn't actually follow up. Like they invited all these content creators into you know, Mattel headquarters, which is great, but they didn't actually do any announcements today. They expected they basically let the content creators you know, spread the word, and that's fine. But you know what? Have some official solicitation photos on Instagram. Yeah. Have some, you know, have all these things available. I kept seeing them on different news groups and different things, and I never actually saw it on Mattel, you know, Master Universe proper. So that to me was a bit, you know, what was the point? You need, like, you're celebrating Mo Tuesdays, you should finish it off, like, you know, go headstrong. And I get it. You did the influencers route. That's fine. You let the press work on the press releases. But you know what? It's always exciting to see these things on your own page and to celebrate this wonderful occasion. I believe tomorrow, yeah, we're still today. Tomorrow, I believe, is He-Man's actual birthday.
Yep.
So, guys, you know, raise a glass to the most powerful man in the universe. It's going to be a lot of fun all over the world. You know, huge shout out to planeteternia.de. Thank you again for those amazing photos. As well, of course, Pixel Dan and everyone else who was at the event today. Right. Without your coverage, we would just not know until, like, you know, God, whenever they would have posted these things. So absolutely amazing. I need some sleep because I haven't actually slept. It's one of these things, because I was up until the wee crack of dawn when I actually posted that video. People are like,
right,
"What the hell are you doing awake, Jan?" I'm like, "Oh, you know, it is what it is." I mean, like,
Jay's like me. We don't need sleep.
The news never stops, people. The news
right.
never stops. So, you know,
you can sleep when you're dead.
I am dead. I'm just a walking.
It's everything.
I'm a reanimated corpse.
Yeah.
No, but it's been an incredible day. I want to thank everybody here, Skele Vader, Osmandius Toys, and Collecting Classics. Please, guys, definitely check out their channels. Subscribe to each and every one of these guys. They're amazing. Do not forget to like and subscribe. You know, we gotta get Skelly up to you know, 1,000 subscribers. Of course, right. Same thing with Oz. Same thing with Collecting Classics. That way, you know what, it helps to support the channel. And of course, if you guys are part of you know, the hell's it called again? Patreon of Skele Vader. And I don't know if Oz or Collecting Classics has Patreon now. Definitely become a patron if you can. Every little bit counts, guys, especially now. And of course, it's not a requirement. It's only if you have the means and if you're able to, because we're all going through rough times right now, guys. There's no joking about that. Like things are rough. Yeah. And I will say that, you know what, toys are a luxury. And a lot of people going through a lot of things. Everybody who has suffered through these hurricanes, and you know, our thoughts go out to everybody out there who's been, you know, through rough times. And again, this is really therapy for most of us, you know, 40+ guys. So definitely don't be shy. Say hello. You know, be part of the community. And guys, thank you again for having me, Skelly, Oz, you know, Ray. Thank you again for inviting me. This has been an amazing evening. And what of Mo Tuesday? Holy crap. And we didn't even mention freaking Mondo and how much I hate them.
We'll leave Mondo for Thursday.
Talk about trying to make me choose between my children.
Oh,
holy crap.
It's scary. It's scary. Well, thank you, Jay. That's awesome, and we all feel those sentiments as well. So thank you for that. Ostradamus Toys, Mr. Oz, what are your final thoughts?
Well, we kind of kickstarted this whole thing last week on Tuesday with having the, special Toy Frenzy episode with a giant, panel of hosts to, we're all huge fans of MOTUESDAY. So to get everybody around, hear their thoughts in one place and be able to talk about this stuff, couldn't ask for a better group of guys to just sit here and geek out for a night. So I want to thank, again, Mega J, Ray, Collecting Classics. You guys are awesome. Thank you for jumping on with us tonight. Bobby, I know you're not here anymore, but I appreciate you being able to jump on with us as well.
Yes, that was a
And
treat tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely was. I know I'd spoke to him a little earlier,
Yeah.
and he had said, visiting with family, so he wasn't sure he was going to make it. And
we all knew he was busy with sis, and it was just great to have him, and that made my night. So cheers, Bobby.
Yeah, definitely always good to have him on. And I want to thank everybody in the chat. I know Tuesdays gets to be a rough night if you guys are fans of Toy Anxiety, and we're running around the same time. But, we only have so many Mo Tuesdays to do these special shows and to get everybody together to talk about this. So I want to thank everybody in the chat for being here tonight.
Yes.
You guys are awesome. And I know we are all super excited about all the news. Like, it has not stopped since last Tuesday. All through last week, we had more images, more figures getting announced through the weekend and into Mo Tuesday now with all of these. So you know what? Let's just keep seeing where the tomorrow goes, because I think Mattel did say that they got something special lined up for tomorrow as well, being He-Man's birthday. I don't know if it's as much as a big toy announcement as maybe we might see a little bit more of the stop motion, possibly, because it said something about see how He-Man celebrates his birthday. So who knows what that could mean for tomorrow. But in any case, guys, I've had an absolute amazing day when it comes down to the toy news. It's been huge from the time I woke up this morning all the way up until the time we're going live right now, chatting about everything. And it's just been fantastic. So again, thank you everybody for being here.
And thank this guy right here, Skele Vader. What?
Well, hey, I want to say, thank you all. You all do everything that you all help me accomplish the goals that I feel like I'm sometimes a little too afraid to accomplish. To get out there and talk to people about stuff like that I'm obsessed about. So I want to thank Oz for really helping this channel out in so many ways by being just an amazing source of knowledge and helping me with my graphics. You've all seen my graphics. It's like little like I'm scratching on like crayons on paper. So I really appreciate you, Oz. Really appreciate you. And Jay, dude, it's like what you do is really incredible. Like I said earlier, you are the CNN of toy news, for me at least. I know for a lot of other folks out there. And Ray, your enthusiasm, man, just not hits the ball out of the park every time. But I want to say, like folks, those of you that tune in, that are always here, who always like this, who always subscribe to this, who have subscribed to this channel, who are always present in the chat, really appreciate you all. Always click like on these videos. If you haven't hit that bell icon, please do that. That'll let you know when something pops open. And make stuff, make things. If you're struggling with, if you're struggling with money, like all of us are, and you want something that you see on the screen, learn how to make it, because not everything has to be bought. So dig through your trash, put some stuff together, get some cardboard tubes, make some castles, do what you got to do. But you can do it. And just like we were talking about earlier, we're all trying to make that Mr. Rogers neighborhood behind us with our toys and escape into those places. And this, as Jay said, this is a kind of therapy. Now let's all get the therapy we need, which is sleep. Let's all do that. Let's all
Yeah,
do
okay, I get the hint. I'm yawning so much. It's
Oh
I
my
literally have not slept.
Hey, it's been a really, really long day. The longest
Yeah.
day so far.
The
Yeah.
news never stopped coming. That's the problem. Like even at the freaking end of the day, here comes Mondo crashing the party.
Right.
Seriously,
Yeah.
I love Mondo and I hate him
All
so
right.
much. I hate
Oh man, they killed me.
Mondo. The hell.
Well, we're going to continue the conversation because, you know, at least Oz and I are going to be doing that here on the channel with Toy Frenzy on Thursday, and we've got Ryan Dole going to be joining us, and we're going to be talking more toys. We're going to be looking at the 40th anniversary 2-pack, talking about some of the releases, and just maybe we'll even be talking about what shows up tomorrow from Mattel, which we're certain something will. But anyways, you know, get some rest, folks. Keep the Motu magic alive and stay positive about this stuff. It's really an exciting time. We're really lucky to be living in this era. So,
Absolutely.
all right. Well, I'm gonna click end, which means that'll be 5 to 6 seconds after I click that, and then we'll all go to bed. All right,
All right, guys.
everybody.
Later, guys. Cheers. Thanks.
Yeah, everybody.
Thanks again.